It's not just a house. It's the most rebuilt symbol of power in the modern world. From the outside, the White House looks permanent. Calm white stone, balanced columns, perfect symmetry. But behind that familiar facade is a story of fire, collapse, steel, and survival. To understand it, we go back to 1792. The land was swampy and raw. President George Washington chose this exact spot for the new capital of the United States. Where others saw mud, he saw a future empire of democracy. Architect James Hoban designed the mansion. There were no machines, no engines, no cranes towering overhead, only human labor. Enslaved workers, immigrants, and skilled craftsmen quarried sandstone, burned oyster shells for lime, and carved decorative details by hand. Every stone block was lifted into place with muscle and rope. The exterior walls were thick sandstone. The interior structure was timber, beautiful but dangerously flammable. By 1800, the house was barely complete when President John Adams moved in. Only a few rooms were usable. There was no plumbing, no central heat. Water was carried in buckets. Fires burned constantly in fireplaces to fight the winter cold. It was unfinished, but it stood as a symbol. Then, in 1814, it was nearly erased. During the War of 1812, British troops marched into Washington. They entered the presidential residence, ate inside it, and then set it on fire. The wooden interior became fuel. Flames roared through hallways. The roof collapsed. Windows shattered. Only the outer stone shell survived. A powerful storm rolled in and helped extinguish the flames, saving what remained of the walls. Many believed the capital should be moved. Instead, the nation chose defiance. James Hoban returned to rebuild the house he had first designed. The smoke-stained sandstone could not be cleaned, so workers coated it with thick white lime wash to seal and protect it. That practical solution gave the building its iconic color. The White House was reborn. Throughout the 1800s, it evolved. Gas lighting replaced candles. Running water replaced buckets. Coal furnaces replaced endless fireplaces. Electricity arrived in 1891, though some residents were nervous to even touch the switches. But by the early 1900s, the presidency had grown beyond the walls of the residence. Offices filled bedrooms, staff crowded corridors. In 1902, a new executive office building was constructed beside the main house. It was intended to be temporary. It became the West Wing. In 1909, the Oval Office was created, a room without corners, symbolizing equality and open conversation. Yet the building still hid a weakness. Its interior bones were aging wood. By 1927, the original roof was replaced with steel framing. For the first time, the White House had a modern skeleton, stronger, fire-resistant, and able to support new floors. Then came World War II. Fearing air raids and attacks, engineers secretly constructed reinforced underground spaces beneath the East Wing. The Presidential Emergency Operations Center was built, a secure bunker designed to survive catastrophe. The White House was no longer just a residence. It was a command center. But the greatest transformation came after the war. By 1948, the structure was failing. Floors sagged dramatically. Walls cracked. Chandeliers swayed when trucks passed outside. The building was declared unsafe. President Harry Truman made a radical decision. Everything inside had to go. Over 4 years, workers removed the entire interior of the White House, leaving only the historic stone shell standing. Inside that shell, a completely new structure was built. Reinforced concrete, steel beams, anchored deep into bedrock. It was a building within a building. Modern plumbing, air conditioning, secure wiring, fireproof floors. When the Truman family returned in 1952, the White House looked historic on the outside. But inside, it was entirely new. Since then, it has continued to evolve quietly. The Situation Room was established during the Cold War. Secure communication networks replaced telegraphs and switchboards. Bullet-resistant glass replaced fragile panes. Digital systems connected the presidency to the world in real time. Beneath the public rooms are tunnels, reinforced bunkers, and secure facilities. Above ground, it hosts state dinners, ceremonies, and historic announcements. It appears timeless. But it survives because it adapts. The White House has burned, collapsed, been gutted to its shell, rebuilt with steel, fortified underground. More than 2 centuries later, it is still standing, not because it never failed, but because each failure forced it to become stronger. It is not just a house. It is resilience built in stone,